Hey guys, welcome back to my archives. Today is going to be kind of off scripted. I was thinking about it when I was eating dinner, and it was pretty much just story time. I want to talk to you guys about story time. So, to get started, today's topic will be when I overcame heartbreak. Okay, so it's inevitable. Everyone is going to go through it at some stage of their life, and no one is too big, too small, too rich, too poor to experience heartbreak. And when you're in that phase, when you finally feel like you found the one, right? You go like, wow. You don't think of any bad thing that could possibly happen. In fact, everything's just positive. You go, how could this ever go to shit? How could this ever be bad? And then you start to see flaws, and then you ignore them because you're like, yeah, everyone has their flaws. No one's 100% perfect. And then them flaws become real issues, and that's when it starts to sting you. And then later, once everything has happened, you go, damn, I really should have paid attention to those flags. Now, in my case, I didn't have them red flags up at all. I was very content, very happy, and very privileged to be with the person I was with at the time, and grateful. I'd say everything stemmed down from myself. I was, I guess, the reason why the first part turned into shit, but then eventually, yeah, everything came crumbling down. So, what not to do? If you don't want to experience a heartbreak, right? Don't put all of your eggs in one basket, because just as easy as it is to trust someone, because it is when they do good things for you, it's also very easy for someone to betray you. Pay attention to their circle, pay attention to your circle. Understand what people are like. Learn to love yourself above all. First, love God number one, and number two, love yourself. If you love someone else more than you love yourself, then you're doing yourself a disfavor by saying that you could love someone more than you by prioritizing their needs before yours. And look, love is prioritizing someone else's needs before your own. Okay, that's real love. I'll do something for you, you do something for me. It's unspoken. Well, you can tell someone, look, I'm doing this for you, you do this for me. And if it works, it works. If both parties agree, they agree. However, you don't want someone else's life. You don't want someone else's life, goals, all of them things to be above your own self, above your own health, above your own mental health and well-being, physical, spiritual. You don't want that. You must always prioritize yourself first before dealing with someone else. Because look, the thing with humans is we are always going to fail someone. Someone is always going to fail us, right? And as long as you have that in the back of your head, you know you can't be played with, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. No matter how good someone is to you, have in the back of your mind that, okay, look, they might be nice now. Like, I'm understanding who they are. I'm growing to know who they are. Yes, it's been 5, 10, 15 years, whatever. You'll never really grow to understand someone 100%. So always have in the back of your mind, right, that this person could do something to me that I don't like. Now, don't go around living your whole life with this person saying, you betray me, you betray me. No, just understand human nature. Understand that there's a possibility that something can happen, but don't live with it. And then I'm very sure you will live freely. Because if something does happen, it's not that you didn't expect it. You expected it and you knew something could happen, and you didn't allow delusion to rot your brain, make you believe in this fairy tale life. So, prioritize yourself, number one. Story time now. I was with the most beautiful woman in the entire world at the time. Most beautiful woman. Face, body, humor, cuteness, everything. Perfect. 10 out of 10 rated. I felt as though, from my perspective, I wasn't shown that love from family, and because of that, I didn't allow certain comments to sit well with me. I just couldn't. It always stick in my head. I wouldn't say the comments here. It wasn't that it was too bad, but it was just a bit consistent, especially for the things that I was doing. I wasn't the type of person to just rock up, waste time and dip, or smash and dash, whatever. I made my intentions very clear from the start, and obviously not having all the money, not having all the important things was why I felt that way, why I felt that they were saying these things. Because if you want to marry someone, you need to be established. You need to already have your shit together. You need to be the man. Because traditionally speaking, the dad is supposed to pass the daughter onto you. then you become like her father figure to her. And that's how the respect is. You're taking care of her. She's being brought into your life. You made the choice to have her in your life. You got the community involved. Now do your job. And I believe in that. I 100% believe in that. It's your responsibility as a man. Once he has a wife and kids, you take care of them. So I do believe that to a degree, because I didn't have everything that I needed at the time, that certain comments would fly here and there. Maybe it's because I didn't have enough money. Maybe it's because I didn't have my own house. I did work really hard to buy my first car. Yeah, I know. Whoa, the car. There's many more cars I want. I had to prove myself, I believe, before I could get the woman I wanted. And the worst decision that I think I made, which was probably the best as well, was it was to walk out. Yeah, I walked out on her. I ended things. And I won't lie, I was not really happy about that. I was also not happy about enduring certain comments and not having my way for long enough. You get to a certain point where you hear things more than once where you go, look, I don't want to tolerate this. Look, if it wasn't because of your daughter, I wouldn't be here, kind of thing. So that happened, and that's when shit started getting messy. But it was messy without my knowledge. It was more of like a once I found out kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm not gonna talk about all that stuff out of respect for her and also myself because I don't want to gossip. It's just a story time. Yeah, I guess consider gossiping, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm trying to tell you that this is what happened to me. When I found out what I found out, I didn't know how to cope with myself. I didn't. I would constantly go to her place. As much as she hurt me, she was the only person I felt could help me. I didn't want to get laughed at by my boys. I didn't want to get clowned on by other girls. I didn't want the embarrassment of my mom finding out and then getting, heartbroken, upset, and violent. So I decided to internalize it, and by internalizing it, it kept building up. I started lashing out on her. I got angry at some people. I was not eating. I was in such a bad spot, guys. A terrible spot. Like I lost 11 kilos in a month. That's how bad it was. It just wasn't good. I lost my motivation to anything. I didn't have a job. Car payments, I had to make those. Try making that with no money. Constant, Jace, like, I need help with this. I need help with that. I couldn't, and my mind wasn't in the right spot. As soon as I found out, you know what I did? I ran to God. I ran straight on my knees to God and I cried. It went from my knees to like flat on my face on this ground that I'm sitting on right now, flat, and I was just crying and my like everything was just drenched. And every single morning I woke up, it was just, oh man, it was like I had a heart attack. It just felt painful. My mind was spinning. My chest felt like it was beating out of my heart felt like it was beating out of my chest, and I didn't know what to do. So I was constantly praying and praying and praying to the point where I guess my prayers became very delusional. I was saying, oh Lord, please, if you could please send me back in time, or I can fix this. Lord, please, if you take me back to where I made the mistake, I'll fix it and I won't make it happen again. Those were my prayers, because I genuinely loved the person that I was with, and I felt at that point I made the mistake. But the mistake that she made was my mistake, I was so upset about that, and I just didn't know how to cope. I had to tell myself constantly, just take it on the chin like a champion. Take it on the chin and move on. Take your L and walk. That's what I was telling myself. And it was hard. It was very hard. I had a friend of mine who was a friend of my ex. She helped me with prayer and fasting, and she was also going through a very tough time as well. But of all the people that I knew at the time, she was the one that helped me out the most with prayers and constant reassuring calls when I was in class, or when I just needed someone to talk to. It wasn't a rebound, not at all. Absolutely not. She really helped me get through this spiritually and mentally and emotionally too. You need friends like that in your life. If you ever go through something, you need a friend like that in your life. Someone that won't judge you and someone that won't spit on your name everywhere behind your back. They're laughing at you. Nah, you don't want that. You want someone that's genuine and that's honest, and someone that will stick with you during the hard times in your life, no matter what. So yes, I lost 11 kilos. I lost motivation to do everything. I was crying. I was praying to God I was praying selfish prayers, God send me back in time. I was pandering this girl. I was just like, I guess if you were to put it in a descriptive word, it seemed as though I was knees and elbows on the ground, holding her ankle, begging her not to go. And that, boys and girls, especially my boys, is how you lose a woman instantly. And the red pill community, they always say, do not ever share your emotions like that to a girl. Yes, okay, I had my coping friend, my friend that helped me through all of it, and she was a girl, right? But I guess you wouldn't want to share your emotions or what you're going through with your significant other in senses of how you feel emotionally or financially. Don't ever tell your girl I'm poor. If you have money problems, say, look, we're struggling right now, but I'll fix it. If you have emotional problems, go, like I'm not my best right now, but I'll be okay. I'll figure that out. Don't worry about it. That's how I think a man should move around, not the oh, rent is due next week. I can't afford it. No, don't do that. You will quickly be living by yourself and with your dog or cat if you have one of those. So, what I would say is have a good friend you can talk to, but never ever in your whole life, right? Don't be that emotional to your girl. Tell her some things. Don't be like a brick. Tell her stuff, but quickly reassure that you'll get it done. So, yeah, I was fragile. I was distraught. I was destroyed and I lost a bunch of weight. Yeah, I was emotional with her, and that in itself made her leave even faster than just the breakup. Part two, like the second one, because we got back together after the first one. But yeah, I pandered to this girl. I was really upset. I was crying. Tears just couldn't stop coming out of my eyes after hearing the news or finding out about it because I found it. No one told me. Just they just came out of my eyes, man. Like those, I could just drive and they'll come out. I had to play the Weekend reminder song to remind myself how much of that nigga I am, and that real niggas don't cry in front of girls. Real niggas, they shed masculine H2O in private. They don't cry. We men don't cry, and that made her run away from me again. She needed someone that was emotionally stable and mature, and because of how I was acting, it didn't show it. And yeah, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. She's pretty much, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And I was waiting, and I was like, maybe if I just wait, maybe if I pray more, that she'll come back. Maybe the devil's just trying to take what's mine. And no, that's not what happened. I had to learn how to just take it for what it was and move on. What I did, the mindset that I came to was you need to break yourself even more than you are broken right now. You need to break yourself more than how broken you are at this current time. And I'm actually I made a video of when I was like a bit chubby and unmotivated and all of that. And I made a part two to that, and I'm gonna mix it together and show you my progression. I might have my result in like 2 months, maybe not, but I'm looking much better than what I was. So anyways, I took myself to the gym. I wrote myself a whole board, 10 minutes skipping. So I'll do 2 workouts a day. That's what I'll do, despite how I'd feel. I'll do a morning workout and I'll do a nighttime workout. I'd read 1 chapter of a book a day, so that's 2 things. Then I would journal. I'd write how I feel. Then I'd play 1 hour on piano, so I'd relearn how to play the piano again. On my list here as well, podcast ideas and what is it? I made it short and concise. So just 2 workouts a day, journal, reading 1 chapter of a book, play piano. I've learned how to play an instrument. That's what I did. And I got really good at that. I got really good at reading. Yeah. I mean, I can read, don't get me wrong. Consistent at reading. I got very consistent with it. I learned how to play when I was a man on piano in a month. I got really toned very quickly. Like people are always talking about, bro, your back is so big. How are you getting so big? Literally, guys, all I do is pull-ups, chin-ups, and push-ups. I know the gym guys on YouTube and social media probably won't like that because hypertrophy, but I do train really hard when I do them. Now I've kind of just stuck to a limit, 50, 100. So I did all of those things, and I told myself this because I told myself I only have a month to do this. My breakup was in December. I was heartbroken in January. I lost 11 kilos by then. And I said this in December. By the 15th of January, I don't want to feel this anymore. And like this, even before the 15th of January, I had gotten over it pretty quick. People ask me, damn, how'd you do that so quick? Like, you love this girl so much. And I'm like, I had to destroy myself, guys. I really had to break myself down so that I could do it, and the results speak for themselves. I'm much more happier. I've got a job, I've got money coming in, I'm back doing film. I want to make better content. Freaking great. I'm meeting great people as well. My network is growing, and like overall everything is just working out for me at its best. And I guess the breakup was also a good thing. It had its pros and its cons. Being single had its pros and its cons as well. But looking at what she did after the split was like, is that who I was really going to spend the rest of my life with? That if I could just be out of the picture temporarily for a bit, she could do all of that stuff. And that was in itself the blessing for me. I figured out, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I need. And I pray that she finds someone that's more tailored to her. No disrespect at all. I already had all my disrespectful moments like ages ago when I first found out, but looking back, if I were to also change that, I would have just closed my mouth and just moved forward with my life. As painful as it would have been, I wouldn't have said anything except for just walking out. So I would say, guys, if you go through any heartbreak, any pain, any like whether that's family, because I lost my dad as well, not long before the my breakup as well. So first breakup, then my dad passed. I got back, and then I found out whatever bullshit. And yeah, so that was quite a bit that I went through at that time. Break yourself more if you can. You don't have to, but if you can, do it, because your body works like that. It breaks things down so that it can get stronger, or use it as fuel. You break food down, becomes fuel. You break your muscle down, they get bigger. Healthy mind equals healthy body equals healthy mind. So if you stick to that mindset, you'll be happy. You'll be a happier person, and you'll start to see things work for the better. You'll see things work for the better. Okay? Surround yourself with good people that will pray for you, people that will respect you, people that will honor you, and people that will have your back no matter what, whether that's family or friends that always have your back. Okay? And stay tuned for more of my content. I know I'm still learning the stuff out. I'll get better with time, and then I'll stop saying that this stuff in my videos. I'm new to this, so don't judge me. See you on the other end. Peace.